Hello everyone, my name is Andy and welcome back to another episode of Deals and Steals. Today should be last episode. If you're hanging out, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it. If you're not familiar with my channel, basically what I do is find sweet deals on primarily pedals, but guitars and amps and other gear as well. Primarily locally on Facebook and Craigslist. You don't have to buy stuff new. You can find incredible gear at incredible prices. Last episode we saw this Morning Glory V4. Got it for $120. These retail for about, I think it's $200 new. And somewhere in the realm of like $170, $180 used. So $120 for this, amazing. Today's feature is the Source Audio, kind of see it down there, Collider, which is a combination, kind of half of two different pedals. The Nemesis and the Ventress. I don't know which one is which, but basically they have similar layouts and have more or less a full circle of reverbs and delays. They took kind of the best of both worlds and smashed them together. This one's kind of been on my radar. I keep seeing, I've just seen it in other videos and things like that. It's a couple years old now, maybe 3, I'm not sure. And it's all digital, DSP, digital sound processing, which is pretty cool. But it just seemed like a really good value. Retail, though, is $349 if I'm correct, US. I got this. He had it listed for, I think, $240. He slashed it to $220. I said $180. He said cool. So just about half price for an absolutely, last I checked, bananas pedal. And I say last I checked because I've seen videos. This is the first time I'm plugging it in and turning it on. Running across the controls really quick. Delay, meaning, I think it's delay, yeah. Time for the delay and pre-delay adjustment for the reverb. Kind of hard to see, but a lot of these have green and yellow options. So this is kind of like a shared EQ. It's shared controls for the delay side and the reverb side. In order to access those, there's a little switch here. This allows me to change the parameters of whatever delay I've got. Other side is reverb. In the middle, it actually locks it so they can't be used, so nothing will change, which is kind of nice. You got 8 presets, which I just found out because I see 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is sneaky and clever. You'll see that there's the wheel up top that has typically 2 lights on. One delay and 1 reverb. I did find out with some research, oh shoot, I think it's on setting 4. Let's find out. So you'll see these dots move around, obviously. You can't see what your parameters are set at, which makes sense, but depending on what you're trying to put together, it's kind of unfortunate. But for setting 4, so you see once again we have a reverb, a delay and a reverb. There's an unlock mode that allows you to double down on 2 delays or 2 reverbs. So that's pretty cool. There's a button on the back here. You got USB to I guess, more in-depth tweak the pedal. A pedal in or expression in. I'm curious what the pedal in exactly means. What if you can stick something between the delay and reverb? Sort of like an effects loop, I'm guessing. Control input. Looks like a 3.5 millimeter, like a headphone jack. But this button, this control, holding that allowed me to make it so it was 2 delays or 2 reverbs. But more on that later. Below you, I've got an orange pedal baby solid state power amp with a 212 with vintage 30s, and I've got my Schecter Nick Johnston HSS Strat style guitar. Morning Glory is just for a little bit of drive, so I'm just gonna see what's already in here and let's go. Soft switching, which is kind of nice. Some people like this satisfaction with the click to know if it's on or off. Whatever. Obviously you've got on, but you also have your tap tempo. What I don't know, how does this work? So I guess you can auto tap tempo. I don't know how that works. As far as it knowing that you can turn it on or off, you're switching on off, or switching to the delay, like switching to the tap tempo. It does have tap division of quarter note, dotted eighth, and triplet, and then you can tap from there. I don't know how that works. Oh, looks like you just press it a little bit lighter and then the tap delay works. Oh, switch controls to delay so we can play with it. Probably 800 milliseconds, if not a whole second there. Feedback, how many repeats? Looks like it will do kind of that analog thing in that algorithm, which is pretty cool. And then you can go down to, I assume, one repeat. Oh wow, tone was all the way down, so you got a lot of decent sweep there. Control 1 and Control 2 are different parameters. I assume it's primarily modulation. Let's find out. Well, let's slow that down, turn that up, turn that back. There we go. Okay, warble on the repeats. What does this one do? Not sure what that does. Mix. Oh wow! Okay, you can completely tune out your signal. That's wild. Cool, 100% wet, as it were. That's pretty neat. And then they picked, looks like 5 different delay types, digital. The analog, which we just heard. Tape delay, which is also good. Get that kind of shredded. Reverse. See if we can make that longer. Whoa, that got freaky. And then something called oil can. I think I listened on a couple of reviews and they kind of went, I don't know why you'd want this. And I'm like, well, I don't know what it is. Oh. Okay. Maybe what that echo would sound like through an oil can? I'm not really sure. Then of course mix, you can obviously bring that level down. More subtle. And once again you can go all wet, which is pretty wild. Actually, let's do the reverse with that. You never know what changing the time is going to do. Cool. And you can tap that out. Whoop. All right, switching over to the reverb side. Let's just rip through the modes really quick. Mix in the middle. We're gonna leave the pre-delay down, but feedback I assume is, what does it say? Yeah, decay. How much? What the heck? Oh, okay. So the delay is up. This control 2 is obviously doing some sort of warble. Right? What the heck is that about? I'm just not sure why it was warbly like that. The pre-delay kind of does pop it in. Okay, that must be it. So depending on how much the pre-delay attacks or hits, almost sounds like a delay in itself. Okay, so turn that all the way off. Yeah, I'm not sure what's with that warbling though. It's kind of weird. So that's room. That's actually a really big room. I wonder how big the hall gets. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily carry over. Sometimes there's the trails thing where like the last sound will carry into either another sound or if you turn it off. So let's see if that's a thing. Let's try that right now. Cool. Great. I prefer that because then, you know, you can turn your pedal off and, you know, less ideally, extra sounds will follow through to the end of the song, but at least you can turn everything off. And your last note will at least finish or decay out, so. Was it dripping? Is that what people, okay, so it basically sets the new, whatever the new sound is digitally, seems to kind of cut off when you make a relevant enough change. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what these, because again, they just say control 1, control 2, and they're relevant to each algorithm. Let's turn them off, bring the feedback and decay rather down a little bit. Just trying to hear if it drips. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Not really. Sounds really nice though. Plate reverb. I like plate reverb. That's really wild. How big can that get? Oh, pretty big. Shimmer. Ooh. When you try a shimmer, start with your tone back. You don't know how sharp it's going to get. Wonder what these do. Ooh. Okay. Maybe less notes or less. It's not quite the tone control. Obviously, that's the tone control. Whoa. Definitely changes the character. E-dome. I don't know what that is either. Let's see what these are off. Make it bigger. Make it brighter. Ooh. Warbly. All right, hit the swell. We'll put a couple things together. So I think this is probably most. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Sounds nice. So it just does a natural swell in. Okay. Let's go to something a little more normal. Oh, excuse me. So, okay, right. So you got to think before you switch, because we're on the reverb. Then we have to switch in order to switch our delay mode here. So now with a little of both. Switchback control to the reverb. Almost confusing because you might mess up a setting as you're like, you know, tweaking for delay then tweaking for reverb. But again, there's 8 presets in here, which is awesome. Hold to save, pretty easy, and it does save, you know, a whole pair, whether it be a delay reverb or on setting 4 I've got 2 delays. Oh, see? What am I doing? See, yeah, you gotta... Okay, so that's just an extra step that almost feels annoying, but it probably makes sense. I assume... Yeah, none of these are buttons. Again, there's the button in the back that allows you to do kind of the unlock thing to make 2 delays or 2 reverbs. If you've hung out for this long, thanks. Time really just flies when you're actually playing. And I, you know, say that loosely because I'm not playing super great right now. But let's jump to setting 4. Again, I have 2 delays here. So on the left side, we'll just happen to see which knob moves, or rather which light moves, and which happens to be the other. So again, you still switch over to the reverb for the other algorithm. But again, now I can go from a delay over to the reverb. I can go all the way around. In fact, it looks like I can do 2 of the same one if I wanted, which is wild. So we're going to do that. Oh. Alright, reverse time, let's make it relatively low. Analog time, let's make it kind of mid. Switch over to our left one and make, or we're on the left, make it digital instead. Switch to the right, make it an oil can. There we go. Hear a little more bounce there. There you go, you can kind of hear them layering. Whoa! Oh, that is so cool. I just don't know what algorithms and where. I'm guessing. Oh. Oh, I don't know why this one's still locked, so I'll have to figure out how that works. But anyway, long story long, thanks for hanging out. Again, I keep it pretty casual, and this is me literally trying the pedal for the first time on camera. My initial thoughts, there's some incredible sounds in here, for sure. Even with, I don't know, say half the algorithms of the Nemesis and the Ventress respectively, each, there's more than enough going on here. My understanding is that each of them that has, again, maybe a full circle of algorithms or types run about, I believe it's 300 apiece. This is 350 for half of each, but the way you can blend them, the way you can do two of the same, you can't do like 2 and 2, but there's a lot going on here. I think at a glance, the only thing that I would change, Henning from HP42, Henning Pauli, he's wonderful, suggested that if you could make this another foot switch, maybe, just as far as live settings, you could select it immediately to change controls. I don't know. I don't think he's wrong. It just depends on the setting. It's just kind of hard to go, I need to change the delay time, but I need to change control 1 on the reverb and go, oh shoot, and potentially mess up your setting without switching. Otherwise, in a live setting, or if you hand it to a buddy and you say, hey, check out setting 4, then he or she can't really mess with it if you lock it, whatever. The only thing I would change otherwise, I think for something that's so high-end, one small feature that feels high-end is top-mounted jacks. This is stereo, and MIDI apparently, which is cool because it's all digital. I think some of these weirder pieces might be better left on the side and the jacks in the back. That's my only thing. I like the space-saving thing. Obviously, the Morning Glory, same thing. There's a lot of JHS pedals where I'm like, there's potentially enough room to put jacks in the back. Whatever. I didn't design it. He sells a bazillion of them. I'm sure there's still plenty of these. I'm going to shut up now. Thanks for hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe. That's it. Just about half price. Again, $349 retail. Got it for $180. The deals are out there. You just got to look for them.